Going on? Once again, it's time for a weekend video. It's May 8th, 2022. Trying a little something different, a little incognito. Welcome to my man cave. This is where all the trading go down. This I work from home. This is where I spend 90% of my day. Uh, but anyway, getting right into it. I said I'd increase the production quality of the video. I'm not sure if putting my face on the video is that, but I feel like it's a step in the right direction. Um, you know, it is what it is. We'll see where it goes from here. Getting right into the video for this week though. And I did make some somewhat scripted videos as far as the charting 101s, but as far as what's going on here, I have no script for this. So just like what I would be doing right now, going into Monday's trading, considering what happened last week, looking at what may happen this week. That's where I am with it. So we're taking a look at this, live and right now. I can say this, looking at this dollar chart right here, hey, this dollar got some room to go. I'm just gonna say it like that. And with that being said, these markets, you know, they could take a dip from here. Of course, you knew that. That's been my thesis for a while since I've at least since I've been putting stuff on here. Uh, that's been my little. That's been how I've been feeling. Um, but this dollar chart, it's looking bullish. It's looking bullish. All we need to do to, you know, we could this the trajectory of this upward parabola. It take a lot to negate it. As it stands right now, it's ready for a breakout. So we went down. We could, put in a doji right here. We could go sideways. We could go technically being 100% objective. We could do one of three things. We could come straight down. That would be an ugly part of the chart. That's not symmetrical. It's not what I think is going to happen. We could go sideways. That is possible. Like, we could put in and even going sideways, I still think we'll have a weekly green on this dollar because it's not likely just to peter out in this small. We have these candles, excuse me, they do have a decent range. But we could test this last high, this up candle right here. Um, and that still has a green weekly. But we could chop around right here and go sideways until at least what the 16th of this month. I don't feel like that's gonna happen. I feel like we're in a parabolic uptrend. We've had a few touches. I felt like this candle should have touched. It didn't, so that's why I say sideways is not out of the question. Like, if you wanna break into some nice bullish sentiment, you would want to do so off of you know getting a liquidity grab off of that parabola. But let's just go with let's just say, we're bullish on the dollar and it's going to continue this way. Where does that leave us for, the Nasdaq, which is where I pretty much trade a majority of the time. I'm just short QQQ. That's my main go-to position. Let's get rid of these trend lines. Let's shrink this. Looking at the daily on the Nasdaq. My stomach is touching my back. I'm hungry, guys. So, yeah, that's excuse me if I rush through this. We have not got the blue to gold crossover. That being said, I always have to stay objective. What could a up move look like? You really, I mean, what could this week look like? I'm seeing crossovers right here. If we go into some smaller time frames, what do we have on the 12? I mean, I at least seeing us getting down, you want to, the next support, put it like that. The next support is 11.7 on the Nasdaq. Um, we have bearish sentiment, excuse me, bearish sentiment coming from last week's close. We're gonna open this week with it. I expect us to maintain that same momentum. I don't, looking at the charts currently, see, with us breaking down like that, I would move my alarm, put it like this. I would put an alarm right here. I'll put one there as a matter of fact, saying that, if the NASDAQ start getting above this red line, then I will count that as, finding support and wanting to come up here and maybe, you could get you a short off of this blue line. But with it below and opening on a high time frame like the 6 hour, um, going into Monday morning trading, if we start just selling, I'm expecting like long streaks down, getting down here to this white line. That's sub 11K. 11K was my target. That's where, once I get to 11K, I'll be scalping. As far as holding swing positions in the closes, I won't be doing that. After 11K going into this 10K range, that's where I'd start wanting to look to get long, right? No, my absolute max low would be 8K. Um, you know, getting getting down here to 8K. 8K was where I said that I personally would start. Like, I don't see it going too much further than 8K. Like, maybe a wick below this, but 11K, the 11K area is where I'm looking to, that's where my target to start closing my shorts. That's where I want to take profit at. That's where my take profits are. Um, these charts are just as, I mean, you can look at my other two, three videos. Not much has changed. Everything is pretty much played out like, like I've said in those two videos. If you've been following, this is really just for me at this time, like pretty much what I get, and I don't, I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but just getting right into it. I just see us, we're just going to continue this descent lower. We do have our crossovers. What I have noticed, this Bitcoin, my target on Bitcoin is 15K, and it's just been breaking down, and that's bad for a lot. But for those who want to buy cheap Bitcoin, that's a nice thing to see, you know. Getting down to 15K on Bitcoin, the euro, it's looking bearish. Amazon is still selling off. You remember back when I had my crossover and we gapped in the earnings, and I put my target of 19K. It could go lower, but that's where I see it going in the short term. It's gonna come to this MA right there and look for support. What do we have here? We covered Bitcoin. I got my Ethereum and stuff. Solana, Tesla. What is Tesla doing? I have this. Is it on log scale? Not sure why it looks like this. Oh, cause oh, that's TPTW. That's a penny stock. Okay. Yeah, so Tesla, it's still holding to the forecast. I expect it to come down here to 655. Remember, if you see it below 300, you buy it hand over fist. Going into like the 170s to 200 area, I mean, you load up the truck, you fill up on Tesla. But as we are right now, the medium case bouncing in between this white line, the top of this parabola into mid 2023. Uh, until it breaks down below this, that's what I'm going with. I don't see it breaking above. If it breaks above that, then that's like hellified bullish momentum, and it's still gonna go. Um, Tesla is just a bullish stock all the way around. We got energy. Energy's been throwing me for a surprise. Energy is bullish. I will say that energy is bullish. So remember I told you if it got above this line here, this trend line that we broke down, after I drew it. Well, we're above it. Energy, you have to be long energy. Even though we have this potential cross. Energy could really just take off from here and make this cross not happen and just be hella bullish. So keep an eye on energy. I got a friend who's in next, and or he was, and just looking at it, I would rather the safest place I would say would be Exxon Mobil, something with But next, what did that daily look like? The daily, it's looking bullish. Like I would want to buy it lower for a pullback buy, but buying it up here at the highs, I just couldn't see. Like I would look for a 50, a good 50% pullback, but let's do some charting on next. Let's see where we are right here. And let's snug some stuff up. Excuse the silence, but I'm really trying to see. I would want to buy next, like honestly, and it's real important that I snug this up and get it right because that's where the good calls come when you have accurate trend lines. Yeah, like somewhere up in there. So next came down and bumped this trend line once. I would look for a retrace to it. It's already that would have been if you were gonna long next at 516 would have been where you would have wanted the long next. That being said, let's look at the MACD on it. The MACD is bearish, so it's at least gonna come back down. You're gonna find it at 525 minimum. On the weekly MACD, the weekly MACD is telling me like unless this coming week is going to be very important for next. You're gonna going into Monday, you're gonna want to see it like really taking off. If it shows any signs of weakness, you could see sub $3 next very soon. Um, but the safest time to buy would have been right here in this wick when it came off. I do see so we have a on the 15 minute we do have a imminent blue over yellow. So yeah, next is showing signs of weakness. I would look at it this next coming week for next and it's really just up in the air. I mean it has a history of volatility. Looking at it like, it could go way down here and pop up, you know. I wouldn't recommend buying it right here just because if you look to the left on next, let me take my magnet off because we really don't like right here. And let me change the color of that so that it's more apparent. Where's the color at? Let's make it a white or white a shade. So yeah, you have all this support resistance back here, which coincides to where we went right there. I would look to buy next on that line, like in the next few days, going into a week, somewhere up in there. But yeah, that's where I would look to buy next. Anyway, that's about it for this video. I know it was kind of just shaken together. It really wasn't, I really didn't have much to cover. Everything, as far as my trading, has been short Nasdaq, and that's pretty much my main trade, short Nasdaq, and I'm in BTO. I got some short options, some put options in BTO and QQQ. And for the most part, they've been paying off. They've been slow motion. You just, you know, market close, it's just up a little bit more than it was the day before. A couple hundred there, couple hundred the next day. It's been, just pretty much a shortest market. That won't last forever, but it's just the climate we're in right now. Anyway, that's my video. I might make something later on during the week. Like I say, it's not really much new as far as content wise. As far as what I see in the markets, pretty much just if you watched my videos in the past, you got short at the right spots, and no matter what happens in the near future, you're in profit. That's just you know, that's just how it is. So, like, we could retrace and come way up here. I can't remember when it was when I made the videos, but I was short. I'm well in the profit as far as this move is concerned. I still think there's still room in the charts to the downside, but um, that's where I am with my own personal trading. Anyway, I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Um, Trade well, trade smart, trade on. It's been a pleasure.